episode 11 of the Deadman's podcast. Can I get a round of applause, please?
No, I didn't know you were going to do that.
Hey, round of applause. Round of applause in the back. Come on, round of applause. Round of applause, come on. Alright, cool. That's good enough. Alright. So, welcome back to episode 11 of Deadman's podcast. I'm your host, Kenny, and next to me is the lovely, intellectual, extraterrestrial, the most ultra rare Pokemon in the world.
Okay, hold on. You're trying to push this extraterrestrial thing.
Yeah.
A little too much. Are you trying to call me an alien?
I mean, you are a unique species.
Because you did this to me earlier.
You are a unique species, so it makes sense, right?
No.
Yes, it does.
I'm a human being.
Okay, you're extraterrestrial woman.
What is that supposed to mean?
You're a unique species. A unique homo. A unique human. A unique homo sapien.
Sure.
Hey, we gonna roll with it.
I don't
All right.
know.
We have a special guest in the back. My sister.
Hello.
Yeah, she's in the back. I don't know. I doubt y'all can hear her, but hey. Yeah. Welcome to the set. Welcome to the set. All right. Yeah.
If
so,
you hear jingle jangles, there's
yes,
another guest. It's
yeah.
Ellie.
It's the cat dog.
Not the cat
It's
dog.
a cat dog. My mother's animal. So if you hear, like, if you see something run across the place or jump up here, you know, that's what it is. So, yeah.
Why do you
Welcome
call
our
it
special
cat
guest to
dog?
the building. So, you know, it's our first, whatever. Our
I
first,
can't speak English.
Nah, it's our first special guest in the building. Anyway, so, yeah, welcome back to episode 11 of the Deadman's podcast.
You said that like 30 times
And,
already.
Hey, we haven't filmed in like 2 weeks. So, yeah, we know last episode didn't come out the previous week. It came out this past week, Wednesday. We had some, you know, technical difficulties on my end. And, yeah, the video will not upload. You know, I was running up and down the road trying to get it, you know, uploaded because I was at work trying to get it up. It didn't work out too well. So, yeah, it ended up coming out last week. So, you know, we missed a week. But, hey, we back. And we shouldn't run into any more issues, hopefully. But,
Cross
yeah,
our
that's...
fingers.
Yeah, cross our fingers. That's what happens. Anyway, so, that being said, I know I've been teasing the lovely tea that happened. I think last episode, probably episode before that. I'm not sure, but it has been resolved.
He's been playing it up.
Yeah, it was a whole shit show. But yeah. So what happened is basically, you know, I said I was gonna talk about, you know, drop names and all stuff, but you know, I can't do that because this woman right here, you know, who's the brains of this relationship,
Get sued for
Yeah,
defamation.
I'm trying to get sued because you know that I don't know, you know.
We didn't got money for that.
Yeah, nah. But anyway, so I'm gonna keep it no anonymous. But let's just say there's a shop I went to because I needed my PS5 repaired. This shop basically isn't what it was supposed to be. So
Trying to keep it as vague as possible.
trying to, but you know, I want to go off the rails. You know, I want to drop names and everything, receipts and all that stuff.
Absolutely not.
But I can't.
That this
So-
person could sue us
Possibly, yeah, if you ever saw it.
for defamation.
Anyway, this guy decided to sell me a PC. So I was like, you know, because I thought this guy was a legit businessman. You know, on one aspect he is. I ain't gonna take that away from him. But on the tech side, he's not. Which, you know, as time went on, I started to see, you know, different things. And I was like, okay, this ain't really looking too good.
You were ignoring the red flags.
I was ignoring the red flags because I wanted the game again. You know, my PC was, you know, my PlayStation was out of commission. I needed to get the HDMI port on it fixed, and so you know I gave it to him, you know, to ship off to get fixed. So I was like, okay, you know, cool, you know, fine. This guy said, why don't you invest in a PC? You know, you won't have to, you know, you can just upgrade it as you go. It can do pretty much everything a PS5 can, plus more and better. So I was like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, I build them on the side. You know, I can, you know, whenever I have them in the shop, I'll sell them. You know, he's like, I build them for fun every now and then. So, all right, cool. He's like, yeah, I'm building one right now, and you know, why don't you get it? Oh no, you didn't ask me that. He said, I'll build it on the side. I said, okay, well, how much you running it for? $875. I was like, oh, okay.
That's pretty cheap.
That's pretty cheap. I was like, okay, I ain't want to, you know, I didn't want to drop $1,000 on a good game PC.
He did anyway.
I
Spoiler
did anyway.
alert.
Spoiler alert. I got it right behind the set right here. But I was like, cool, I'll take it. He said, all right, cool, yeah. He said, I'll have it ready. I think in like 3 days. I was like, okay, cool. So 3 days came, went and got it. I already paid him all that good stuff. Got a monitor, got the PC, brought it to the house. It was a nice little, it was a small little one. It wasn't nothing fancy.
It had fancy colors.
Yeah, fancy colors. Long story short, the shit did not fucking run as it should have. I played it the first night, ran good. Played some Doki Doki, like I said in the previous, I think 2 videos ago. It ran fine. The next day came, tried to play some modded Skyrim. That started chugging. And I say chugging, I mean like it was like, just ate like a good buffet meal and started trying to run a marathon. It did not run.
It didn't even open like Dragon's
Yeah,
Dogma.
it didn't run Dragon Dogma at all. Like that shit was chugging, and it was horrible.
And the worst part is he tells this man everything that he wants to play.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. And
Call of Duty.
The
Dragon
main thing
Dogma.
was Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem. I got you. This'll run, no problem." And it didn't.
Nope. That is not even,
Didn't even open.
I sent the specs to my homegirl. She said, "Oh yeah, no, this."
This is poo poo.
Yeah,
this
she's
is
like, "You want me
garbage.
to tell you the truth, or you want me to lie?" I was like, "Tell me the truth." She's like, "This is a piece of shit. This is like a computer you got off Temu."
You got
I was
scammed.
like, "Oh, yeah, I got scammed bad." So she's like, "Yeah, these parts, you will salvage none of it." I was like, "Oh." She's like, "Yeah, you need to get your money back." So that's what leads into the other video, where I say, "Yeah, I'm working on money back." As well as I got my money back, got all of it back, got PS5 back. So hey, good job, good job me. That was stressful, was not fun at all, and I had to play it very safe because the man still had my PS5. I wanted to get that back in one piece. So yeah, blessing to all you youngins.
Build it yourself.
Build it yourself. Build that yourself, because it's not worth having someone build it for you. Unless you have some good friends, unless you got some good friends that know what they're doing. Hey, cool, go for that. But to go to somebody else, don't do it. I learned my lesson from that. Don't. That was a lot of money being thrown around, and I'm glad I got it back.
And what is the word for today is patience.
I'm a very patient man.
That is a whole lie.
I'm a very patient man.
No, absolutely not. Because you could have waited.
Could've.
You could have waited.
Could have.
You could have looked at all the specs yourself.
Should have.
And sent them over. Be
Didn't.
like, hey, is this good? Kate would have said no,
Didn't.
absolutely not. And
Coulda,
you
should've, didn't.
wouldn't have gone through all this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone through all that, but I just wanted. I
So-
was itching for gaming.
Patient. You have a Switch that you don't even use.
Where's that at again?
Exactly.
I
No.
think you got it.
No. This man here, I got a Switch for my birthday one year. Fell in love with it. Was playing Animal Crossing. Loved it. The next day, literally right after my birthday, he goes to GameStop to get himself one. What does he do? He plays Mario Maker for maybe a week. Where is it? He doesn't even know. He's bought games for this thing. Doesn't even play it.
I want to play Splatoon, but the servers are dog shit.
You even bought Monster Hunter for it.
I played that quite a bit.
You played that and then nothing. You just dropped it. Impatient.
I don't appreciate this. I don't appreciate you calling me out like that.
Someone has to. Someone has to call you out.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, got scammed.
Yay.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's so much fun.
You got
But,
yourself a Temu computer.
I got myself a Temu computer.
You know
Yeah.
they do actually sell PCs on Temu. It's
I'm
like
not surprised.
$400.
I'm not surprised.
They have like these pretty RGBs, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it could probably run Microsoft Word. Try to open up YouTube, it crashes.
You try and pull up the games that the PC already has installed, and it doesn't even do
Crashes.
that. You can't play solitaire.
You'll probably end up getting it. It's like a little small like figurine of a PC.
It's $400.
Yeah, $400 for like a little small figurine of a PC.
I honestly.
It's like here's your hopes and dreams down the drain. Can I get a refund? Nope.
Temu don't do refunds.
Tifu,
I think.
Tifu don't do refunds. No.
Tifu?
Tifu.
Tifu? Who's Tifu?
Timu.
Tifu?
Timu.
Tifu from Final Fantasy?
Yeah, there you go.
Her name's Tifa.
Tifu, Tofu.
No.
I'm pretty sure Tofu would have ran better games than that piece of shit. Wish I could get a potato and it'll run way better. It's pretty much all it was good for.
It was nice to look at. That was
Dude
pretty
charged
much
me an
it.
extra $100 for a monitor. We found it on Amazon for like $100 cheaper. Yeah, no,
I mean, I respect the hustle.
I don't respect that shit. Like, if I tell you exactly what I want, I expect to get what I paid for.
Mm.
But you know, yeah. Good job. Give me scam. Good job. Good job, me. All right, so
What did we learn?
I learned drop money on something I really want. But speaking of PCs, so last episode we talked about going on vacation. So keep in mind this is like 2 weeks ago, I think, right? 2 weeks ago, something like
Why you ask? I
that.
don't.
Two or 3 weeks ago.
You
something
could tell me yesterday was Monday, and I'd believe you.
like that. I'm pretty sure it was 2 weeks ago. But yeah, the episode before, right after we had got back. So yeah, we went to I teased it in the last episode, Micro Center. So I'm gonna go into the story of what happened when we went to Micro Center because
No.
that deserved its own episode in its own because it was a complete hilarious moment. So basically, we went to Micro Center.
For
And
those
that's-
of you who don't know, Micro Center
Yeah.
is just big computer parts store.
Anything you want technology wise.
So the people who work there actually know what they're doing, which is really cool. It's not
Mhm.
like something like Best Buy where they're like, aisle 4. I don't know what this is.
Aisle 4, you're looking for a freaking RAM stick and you go in there and find the damn pencil.
Right.
Like they know,
But-
this place knows what they're talking about.
Right, these people here know what they're doing, which is super cool.
Yeah.
You'd show them something and they'd be like, I don't think this will work for what you're trying to do. Why don't you do this instead? And they'll
And
explain it
if
to
you
you.
show them a list of what you want and they don't see a certain thing that you need,
Then they'll
they'll-
tell you,
they'll tell
hey,
you to
you
get it.
should also get this. You
Yeah.
need this for this to run.
yeah, it's very nice.
They
but
have carts.
they have carts and everything. Like
They
it was,
have big carts.
let's say it's worth the money to build it yourself. But I go in there and I
He's
instantly
overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed because I was excited because all the stuff I saw, I was just like, oh my god, this is like heaven. Like think of your favorite store, but this the store for me. Like any store that you dreamed of going to, this was a store for me. Besides like a giant anime store, but anyway, this is like a Target for everything. Like this is just everything.
This is his version of Target.
This is my version of Target. This is my version of the mall. So I
Well,
go
I'm just
in.
going to Target to get one thing. Come
Yeah.
out with a whole basket full of stuff.
Like,
He doesn't need.
it's like if you go to a grocery store and you're like, I'm going in for one thing, and next thing you walk out with like $1,000 worth of stuff. That was me in Micro Center.
Yeah.
Literally. So basically, what happened? I go in there, and I like my homegirl. She's like, I want to see this. So we Discord called them, and her boyfriend are on there, and she's like, oh my god, look at him. I was like,
He's sweating.
I'm sweating. Dude, I am literally sweating. And
Why
we're
does
going
he look
inside
like
this
a
building.
crackhead? He's like, he's
I'm
scratching.
scratching.
He's sweating. It's like,
I'm like-
Laura, is he okay? I'm like, no, he's
No.
not.
But I go in there and I instantly start sweating. Like as soon as I walk in, I'm looking at everything, looking at the cases, looking at the.
It's not like it's
RGBs.
hot in there or anything.
Yeah, it
it's
wasn't that
it's
hot.
it's a decent temperature. It's
Yeah.
just because he's so excited. He's
I'm
like he's
sweating.
salivating at
Like
the mouth.
I'm having a white sweat. And you can see it on my hand dripping off. Like it was horrible. But I go in there. I'm looking at the cases. I'm looking at the fans. I'm looking at the coolers.
We go around the store at least 5 times
Yeah.
because he keeps going back and forth, being like, oh, okay, this looks cool. Oh, I gotta go over here for this. Oh wait, no, I had to go back over here to grab something.
Yeah,
We're doing that for at least a good hour and a half.
No, it was like 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours.
2 to 3 hours. Like I'm just going everywhere. I'm looking at mouse pads. I'm looking at carpet. Like
Rugs.
Not rugs, but like the little mats for your computer chairs because I'm strapped to the floor. I'm looking at
They had Legos in there.
keyboards. They had Legos. I'm looking at computer chairs. You can already have one. I'm going crazy.
Looking at headphones, even though he already has a pair.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm itching. I'm just like I literally look like a crackhead. So my friends are they're watching and they're just cracking up. And then she'll turn around with the camera, notice I'm gone, and she's like, and they're all like, "Where did he go?" And she's like, "I don't know."
I don't know.
I'm over there. I'm like halfway across the store looking at something else. Like I'm just bouncing all
So
around.
I made the smart decision to hold the wallet for
This
the
took a
entire
while.
trip.
Because I would have like way overspent. I would have.
Yes.
But
And
it
he can't go anywhere without that. So
No, it was fun though. It was a really fun experience. The computer chairs they have, good quality, very soft. They have like everything from like mouse pads to podcast stuff was what we're doing now. Because I was gonna get another mic, which is like $500. I was gonna get it, but
which
I
he
got
doesn't need.
not right now. Eventually.
Because these are perfectly fine. We've
For
only
now.
done 11 episodes.
Yeah, I know.
You're insane.
As we can see with Micro Center. I wish we would have recorded that because it was funny. But-
Also, another cool thing about Micro Center, they will build a PC for you.
yeah, they'll build it for you.
Which is super, super cool. They have a whole area in the back where they'll build it for you and tell you everything that they're going to put in there and then give you a price.
Yeah, it's like
Very
and there's
cool.
all those people around. If in case you need to ask questions, they will help you. Like there's not like it's not like if you go to Walmart and you're looking for someone to help you find something. They're there. Like these guys are there. Like they will literally
They're
stand at any
kind
of
of
their aisles.
hovering.
Yeah, they're kind of like not even necessarily hovering, but they all have their own little section that they are over. So anything in that section, they know where it's at.
Ooh, also their clearance stuff is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
say if somebody just opens up the box and just leaves it there, they'll put it on clearance and it goes from, I think I found a keyboard that's normally like $300. It was like $150.
Yeah, like
I don't have a PC, so I don't need that keyboard, but I just thought it was cool. Just literally everything was fine. It's just the box was ripped open because someone was an asshole.
and even if you don't want like a gaming PC or anything like that, they have another section where they actually sell normal computers. They sell Apple computers, Mac
TVs.
TVs, Macs. They sell Windows computers. They sell headphones, like normal headphones, like Beats.
Gaming stuff.
Gaming. They sell everything. And it's amazing.
LEDs. Camera equipment.
Camera equipment. They sell it all.
Drawing tablets.
Yeah.
They have a lot.
Man, just thinking about it makes me want to nature right now. The place is so fucking fun. I loved it. I loved every second. But speaking of the other parts of the trip, we went to Tesso, which was fun, like a little grocery store. That was her area.
Yeah.
She did not know what to do. She was literally quiet the whole time, just walking around mindlessly, and it was adorable. She just.
Well, okay. To be fair, I had a spending limit for myself,
I didn't.
and yeah, I know, and I realized that if I wanted to get everything that I wanted, I'd be way over that spending limit.
Yeah.
But Tesso's really cool.
Yeah.
Tesso's really nice.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty chill.
It's like a mix between a grocery store and then like cutesy. Like they
Not
had-
not a lot of Kirby items though.
Not a lot of Kirby items, but
It's-
they have like claw
it's-
machines. They have Gundams, all that stuff.
I was gonna get one of those Gundams.
Yeah,
It looks really cool.
yeah. I was gonna get it from my own way, but you know, he already.
He already had that one.
I think he already had all of them. I think not all of them, but he
No.
had the ones that they had.
He
But,
said no. There was one that he didn't have.
Yeah. It was then we went to another. We went to a Korean store, didn't we?
Oh yeah,
Grocery store?
Korean grocery store.
Yeah, that was.
I got my Korean pears again, and that was delicious.
Yeah, I had my red bean bun. That was delicious.
Oh, red bean bun donut.
Yeah, that was so good.
A lot of that stuff in there was so much cheaper than I realized. Like if you go to Kroger right now and you try and get like a bottle of soy sauce, like just the regular, like normal size bottle, it's like $5 or $6.
Yeah.
But in the Korean grocery store, if I want like a big bottle,
It's
it's
like $3. if
no,
that.
no, it's the same price as like the normal size bottle. So I was gonna get soy sauce, sesame oil, gochujang. I was gonna get everything there, but then I was like,
Wait, so you said that like the normal size one, it was same price at Kroger as well?
no. The normal size at Kroger is the same price as the big bottles at the Korean grocery store.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
So like
okay.
the big giant bottles.
Okay.
of,
yeah.
like-
I do remember that.
I wanted to get a whole bunch. I was like, well, I'm not really cook as much as I think I am with this stuff. But now I'm thinking about it, like if I did, I would be cooking more with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was good.
Then we went to a little it's a boba place. That boba was so good that this place was so good that we drink normal boba and it's just like trash. It's not as good. Like theirs was kind of like
It's so fresh.
it's fresh, but also it's kind of almost like a slushy form almost.
Well, yeah, the one I got you was a slushie.
Yeah, that was so good.
And it had a little bunny on it, like a
Yeah.
little moose
I
bunny.
murdered it. Killed it. That thing did not last long.
And their homemade like strawberry boba was so good.
Yeah, I want to go back to that place. It's so
I'm I've never been like a big tapioca person.
good. Theirs was just
I like the
different.
popping boba more, but their tapioca was so good.
Yeah, that place was
So
definitely
delicious.
worth going there. Um, then we went to the mall. That was fun. Uh, you know, just overall, man, the trip was amazing.
We almost stayed in there until after they closed.
Yeah, no, we did stay until it closed.
Yeah,
But we got lucky and got through.
even though it said that they closed at 8 and it was like 7 o'clock,
Yeah,
so I was very confused as to why everybody was closing.
yeah, it was. That place was closing. Like it was. Being in the mall when everything is closing is like really eerie.
Like they're shutting off all the lights. We're like,
all
oh
lights
shit,
are off and it's just different.
oh shit, we gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
It was good.
Yeah, but overall, man, the trip we did all that in a day, and it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel overwhelming. Overall, it was like a very very fun trip.
Mm.
Definitely want to do it again because I want to go back to Micro Center again. That time
For what?
I might film it.
What do you need at Micro Center?
If I ever have to upgrade parts for the PC,
You just got it.
it's not later down the line.
When he says later down the line, he means next week.
The trip was great. But let's get into the main topic of this podcast, which is mental health. And the topic I want to talk about today, I'm not sure if we talked about it in another episode, but if we did, I don't care. We'll talk about it again. Communication. Communication does become very important within mental health as well, especially if you're in a relationship, or even if your family, friends, whatever. Communication is a big thing. Relationships, family, friends, mental health, it all is very important, especially to me, because one thing I had to learn when I started going to therapy was to communicate better and to really let that close person in, which was her, and it really has helped a lot to get to where I am now, mentally, spiritually, all that stuff. It really helped. Now I'm able to communicate with her what I'm thinking and not feel, like I'm entirely crazy. Even though I know I am a little crazy, but
Yeah, I
I'm
can
able
attest
to-
to that.
I'm able to communicate a lot with her, and this trip was a prime example of that, which my therapist even commended me on. And so we were in the mall, and we're walking. We're on the second story, and we're walking. We're just looking around, and the day is great. The day is fine. The day is fun. I'm having a blast. And then all of a sudden, like my mood, like my mental process just flipped, like immediately just flipped. And I had to tell her what I was thinking. And, it did kind of scare her a little bit. So she had to get between me and the rail. I had told her that my mind, I wanted to just literally just jump off this and just jump and just plummet. And she's like, why? I said, I don't know. Like, I'm just really thinking that right now, and I can't explain it. And I'm like, the day is fine. I don't understand it. But it was like an intrusive thought. And I just wanted to just jump. And so she got between me and the rail, and she had to tell me to calm down, like just relax. And so
I made him keep walking.
yeah, like she made distance between me and the rail to make sure I don't act on that. Cause I was really thinking about it. And so we ended up exiting the mall, and we made it to the restaurant we were going to go to. But I was able to communicate with her very easily, and it's not like before, like years past, where I'll hold it in. And so I told my therapist about it, and she was like, yeah, that's actually very good that you're able to comfortably communicate with your partner about what you're thinking. I said, yeah, I don't feel like I have to hide it or act like I'm okay. I'll tell her flat out, like, hey, I'm not okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling right. Even though the day may be going perfectly, there are times where like them thought processes come through, and I can't control it. All I can do is tell her, and try to pivot my mindset from that, if possible, or as effectively as I could.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to communicate with her, and it feels good to be able to communicate comfortably with your partner. So, to me, communication when it comes to mental health is a very, very important thing, because that's the only way, that you can really ease your mind in a sense, because a lot of people, they hold it in.
That's why people like to rant so much.
Yeah, like the rant, and that can also, when you don't communicate effectively when it comes to stuff like this, when something happens, it can really mess up a relationship or marriage or whatever, because you aren't communicating with them, and then that leaves them wondering, like, what did I do? What can I have done to prevent this? Like, something, they all, it's like, it's going to leave that lingering thought process in their mind for the rest of their lives if something goes wrong. Like, so me, I don't want her to ever have to live with that. So I tell her right then and there, like, hey, I am not okay. I'm thinking about this. My mind, I'm seeing this. I'm feeling this. So yeah, that's when that happened. It scares me too, because I don't want to do that. Like, I'm in a very comfortable and happy place, and I don't want that kind of stuff to happen. So that's why I tell her. That just...
And then I hit him. No, I'm kidding.
She RKOs me immediately. Yeah, like that.
I knock him out and I drag him out by his feet.
So when I told you that, what was your mindset? What went through your mind?
I honestly thought at first you were joking, because I had some boba. And when I heard you say that, I was like, huh? You're what? And then I realized you were being serious, so I was like, okay, get the fuck away from the rail. We're switching sides.
Yeah.
So I pushed you over here, and I was like, "Are you okay? Do you wanna leave? You wanna get out of here?" And you're like, "No." Like, you seem very nonchalant about it, and I was like, okay. So should I continue on as normal? Should we talk about this? And I'm like, "You good? You wanna go eat?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I like I said, I was
like, "Okay, well, let's go."
like, and I didn't mean to be nonchalant about it. It was just like, it did scare me, but it was just like,
I think you were trying not to freak out about it.
yeah, I was trying not to freak you out about it, and I didn't want to, make it like, it was a big deal. I didn't want to, cause a scene or anything like that. Like, I was just telling you, but I also, like, I was trying to process, why am I thinking this way? Like, I really did not know why it crossed my mind, because it was so random, and it was like I don't say it's the first time, but it was like the first time in a long time where it just happened. So I was trying to process it. When you asked me those questions, I was like, no, I'm okay.
It just came across your mind.
Yeah, it came across my mind. I
That's
didn't understand
why I was just trying to stay as like calm as possible. I was like, okay, well, let's keep going. Let's go get some food.
I was trying to process the whole thing myself, because it was out of the blue.
And then I think I pulled you into a store after that, so I could like kind of distract your mind, be like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Drink boba. Look at that. Drink boba. Look at that.
Yeah, we stopped at another boba spot. Yeah.
It wasn't the same. But
No,
it was still, it was good, but it wasn't the same.
But it was just like the fact that I was able to communicate with her, like, it lets me know that I am in a way better spot than before. And because years past, I wouldn't really talk about it, 'cause I thought it was kind of crazy.
Man would hold it in,
Yeah,
and then wonder why he exploded.
yeah, and just completely went south. I don't feel that way. I'm able to just talk about it and get it out the way, get it out there, just make her aware of it. I don't want her, like, if something did happen, I don't want her to live with that, or my family to live with the fact that something happened. What did we do? What could we have done?
I would bring you back to life. I would practice necromancy.
Oh, Jesus.
And kill you myself.
You gonna go to South Africa and learn voodoo?
I don't have to go to South Africa.
You can learn voodoo.
I don't have to learn voodoo.
They raise zombies there.
I'll figure it out. You don't need to worry about that.
You do Full Alchemist?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll lose my arm. I'll lose my arm and my leg. I'll do that.
I didn't... It's just to be able to openly, express what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. It's very satisfying. It's very refreshing. It's very, just soothing to be able to do that and have a comfortable space to do that. But yeah, that was... That's the reason I wanted to talk about communication in this episode, because it made me think about what happened there, and having my therapy session, and she, commended me for it. So I'm like, that's something I wanted to talk about on the podcast, because it was very eye opening for me, because like, I do take medication for my depression and all that stuff. It's not a
A
cure
all.
No, it's not a cure. It just helps me get through the day, the daily activities and stuff like that. It kind of just, it's like a nice, high quality bandage. You know, I guess I don't know.
That's a nice way to put
I
it.
guess
It's a
it's a nice way
bandage.
to put it, but you know, it does help.
Yeah.
You know, kind of quiet those voices and those like those thoughts and stuff. You know, but every once
The
in a while, you know,
voices.
every once in a while they're gonna come through.
Have you seen that TikTok?
I got voices in my head. They talk to me. They
No.
say it again.
No. The TikTok. The voices. That's just all. That's all I think about whenever you say something like that. I'm like, the voices.
But yeah, that's the little topic I want to talk about today about mental health. And you know, my advice to a lot of people, you know, who
Don't hold it in.
don't hold it in. Talk to your partner or friends, or you know, like trusting friend. Don't talk to all your friends about it. But no,
Because
like,
sometimes they be assholes.
yeah, some of them, you know, they'll make fun of you for it. You know, just anyway, that's a whole different topic for another day. But my advice to people who, you know, watch my episodes and come across this episode, don't be afraid to talk to your partner about it. If they truly do love you, they will sit down and listen and actually work with you, you know, and not judge you for it. Like if I tell her like, hey, like I'm thinking about stabbing myself with this freaking pen, you know, she's gonna be
gonna
like,
hit him.
okay, let's get this away from you then, you know.
And I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah, like just I'm able to, you know, she's able to. Oh Jesus Christ, we're not gonna do that. But she's able to, you know, be that person, you know, that keeps me in line, keeps me, you know, my mind out of those dark areas because they go there, you know. I don't say quite often, but when they do, you know, that's the fear. Like they come across and it's like it's prominent, it's right there in the forefront of my mind, and I don't know what to do.
Your
Like,
brain's like, all right, time to stabby.
yeah, you know, so I'm able to tell her, I'm like, hey, I'm feeling this way. You know,
Like, no.
she knows
Stop
me
it.
like the back of her hand, so she's able to take me somewhere or throw something in my face to, you know, make me think about something different. You know, this is a family friendly show, man. This is a family friendly show.
I'm not gonna say what popped into my head.
That works too. But you know, it's very nice to have, and especially if you have a healthy relationship, it's way easier to do, and have a very loving environment and not a toxic environment, because that's a whole nother episode I'm gonna go into one day. But yeah, just take the advice and like stuff that I learned, and just be able to talk to somebody about, you know, what goes in your mind. If you need to seek a therapist, if you don't have someone that you can confide in, seek a therapist. I recommend my therapist. I always like to shout her out. I know she watched one of my episodes before, but Jacinta Wills, you know, she's fantastic. I definitely recommend anybody who wants to go and, you know, seek that help. She's telehealth as well, so you know, you can either go to the actual office or, you know, do it virtually. Either which way, she's very effective in either which way you do it. She's with 3D Psychotherapy, so I recommend seeking them out because they do fantastic work. And hopefully in the future, maybe one day, I don't know, just saying, you know, sponsor. You know, because, hey, free advertisement here. But I want to promote her because she is a lovely woman. She knows what she's doing, and I would not be like in the state of mind I am today without her assistance, and of course, you know, everybody else that surrounds me. So definitely, like I said, Jacinta Wills, 3D Psychotherapy, they are fantastic. And yeah, that's my little plug for them.
I don't go to therapy, so I don't have any opinion on
Yeah, but she's wonderful, very lovely woman. And yeah, that's the little, I think the little block I'm gonna do with the mental health part. You got anything to add on to it?
No, my mind is still being like, why did you say that? Why did you say that?
I don't know. It's fine. We only got like 100 subscribers.
Which-
oh yeah, we got
which
100
is-
subscribers, by the way.
Which is crazy.
112 at this point. So yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. You know, we're doing our thing here. We're doing our thing. Most of them are on shorts, and I wish they would fucking watch the goddamn episodes. But you know, hey, anyway, doesn't matter. It's all good. Eventually, they're gonna come watch the episodes.
Yeah,
It's not like I put a lot of work into this.
it's okay. We doing our best. We'll get there. We'll get there.
But we have a poem today. Like I always like to share poems, you know, because it goes into this one goes into the mental health a little bit.
I have not heard this one.
Yeah, this is her first time going to be hearing it. But I wrote this last week, I think. You know, I just have a lot of things in my mind. I'll sit down and just write poems. But anyway, this one I called Jim, which this one was a very, I would say it was kind of emotional writing it because it leads into a little bit about my grandfather as well because he struggled with this and I struggled with it for a little bit. But I called it Jim, and it'll make sense maybe to some people. Anyway, so I called it Jim. So, I had a best friend named Jim. He was quite the dapper young lad. We grew up together, and he never aged one bit, even up until I reached adulthood. We only began to really get to know each other when I turned 21. What's odd is that when Jim really started to take a liking to me, that's when Jim really started taking a liking to me. But only recently did I begin to realize that was when my life started to spiral. You see, Jim has two sides to him, but I only got to know one. He was real possessive of whoever gave him the slightest a bit of attention. Once you give Jim that attention, you are his for the taking. A grip so tight that death had me in the sights, it was only a matter of time. My mistake is giving Jim a moment of my time, and it became a toxic friendship. I began to tell Jim all my secrets, and he listened to every word. All his words began to become sweet whispers. Echoing in my head, his words, oh, them sweet words of reassurance gave me confidence. Jim became that friend I needed that would boost my confidence to give me that drive again, but little did I know that Jim had become my drive. I depended on Jim. I trusted Jim. He was just so smooth with his words when they left his lips and met mine. When I would get in my own head, Jim was always by my side. I would digest every last word he said until I felt like myself again. But myself again was only with Jim holding my hand, and only then could I be myself again. Snap, damn it. Thank you.
So aggressive.
Yeah, if y'all didn't pick up on Jim, it's Jim Beam.
Bean.
I did struggle with alcohol for a little bit.
I feel like a lot of people our age, they really do struggle with alcoholism or just any kind of...
People typically in their 20s to 40s usually do.
And especially with drugs as well.
Drugs, yeah. But I sat there one day and I thought about it. I'm like, that's a piece of my time. I did struggle with alcohol. I didn't realize it. You know, it was just, you know, but Jim Beam was my Achilles heel. I would get that and I would lose all sense of myself when I would drink it. Because I'll take about a fifth and it'd be gone, like within like an hour, if that, you know. And my mind would go into some really dark places. So that's why I wanted to write this because me and my grandfather both dealt with that, and so that's why the reason I wrote it. And it was kind of emotional thinking about it because, you know, it took me back into some spots where, you know, it wasn't so favorable of my life. So yeah,
I do alcohol. I feel like alcohol it could be a real slippery slope because you're not supposed to start drinking until 21, but some of us. We had access to that very early, whether it be friends, sneaking out with family. It's we've all tried it.
Yeah, everybody has tried it.
And you know, when times get rough, that's when you start drinking more. And
because you're thinking, oh, it's just to make
it's just gonna be one drink and then it spirals.
Yeah. One drink turns two turns three. Next thing you know, you're 20 shots in.
You're fucked.
Yeah. So.
And it's really hard to see, especially a lot of people our age, where they depend on it so much and they just lose all parts of themselves. And it's worse when you see them drinking and smoking.
Oh yeah.
And
or drinking when they first thing they wake up.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the afternoon drinking.
It's
like what?
It's really hard because. I really don't know how to approach people in those situations because I'd be like, hey, I think you're doing too much. But because with something like that, it's they have to stop on their own, or something needs to happen for
Yeah.
someone to intervene.
Yeah, it got to the point where I would, every weekend I would get a bottle of moonshine, or I would go get like Jim Beam was like if I was really if I was really having a bad day, Jim Beam was my go-to. I'll be drinking moonshine every weekend, or I'll go get some Captain Morgan's, and one day I drank so much Captain Morgan I puked and I won't even touch it ever again. So
I don't remember that.
yeah, it was bad.
I don't remember that.
It was bad. I don't even know if I told you about it. I don't even know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It was like years ago.
Oh.
But yeah, it was not fun. But,
I'm able to hold my liquor, thankfully.
I can.
I haven't gotten to that point yet, and I don't think I will.
Yeah, I can hold my liquor, but like I said, I started taking medication. I stopped drinking. I don't drink no more. I've been sober well over a year, I think.
That's an accomplishment on its own.
Yeah, sober well over a year. Which wasn't hard to stop drinking. Like it was. It's not like I was an alcoholic, but I was starting to become dependent on it.
So you were becoming.
I was on the verge of becoming one.
Yeah.
But I was able to stop, and I didn't fall down that hole.
Yeah.
Because there were times where like I was getting to that point, I knew it, because I'll be driving past the liquor store, I'll be like, man, I want to go, because I just wanted to have a good drink, because there's some really good drinks out there. But that's
now I make him drink tea.
drink tea, water.
I've turned him into an old man.
Yeah. But overall, man, like that was a very dark time. Thankfully, I was able to stop. I don't drink no more. So yeah, that's I think that's gonna be the episode. What you got anything else to add, homie?
No, not for me.
Okay. Well,
I've said everything I needed to say. Especially about Micro Center.
Yeah, Micro Center. That was. I don't know. We might have some more funny stories later down the line. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh God, we're gonna go again.
We're gonna go again. Well, further ado, that's gonna be the end of episode 11 of Deadman's podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and you like what we do.
Oh, you want me to say? Like, subscribe.
What happened?
What do you mean? I wasn't prepared. You normally do the things.
No, you usually do it.
No.
Last episode, you can see that you do it. All right, we're gonna restart this. Whole episode, we're gonna restart. Just kidding.
No.
With further ado, this is the end of episode 11 of the Deadman's podcast. If you like what we do,
like and subscribe.
Leave a comment on the bottom. If you like the episode, we also have. I ain't blurring that out either. Like in last two episodes, we put the podcast email in there. If anybody wants to send something in, I check them pretty frequently.
We'll read it out on the show.
Yeah, read on the show. If you got stories, something funny you want to share, whatever. It don't matter. Send it in. Just please don't send nothing crazy. Unless it's funny, I'll read it. But yeah. Anyway, like what do you leave a comment, share, like, subscribe, go over to TikTok, even though it's gonna die eventually. Post over there every so often. I do post shorts. Check them out too. That's where a lot of you guys are from. Is shorts. Don't even know if y'all are real. I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. See y'all on the next one.
Love you. Bye.